Donut County, you control the hole. Eat stuff to get bigger, just like real life. Combine things underground to solve puzzles. Shoot them back out. In Donut County, you are the hole. Whatever a hole is.
Instead of rolling a ball around, you're just like a hole and you just like suck everything into the hole.
Exactly,
So
yeah.
you're picking up all kinds of things, right?
Yeah, you are. So each level is kind of about a different person's house or where they live or where they work. And so this one, like that we're seeing right now, is like the ranger station. So you kind of start outside of Donut County and you're sucking up, you know, snakes and rocks and you're taking down the ranger station. But then you get closer and closer to the center of the city and you start sucking up buildings, et cetera, et cetera.
So I was gonna say, I think that this game has a really interesting origin story. This started as you made this at a game jam. And for viewers out there that don't know what a game jam is, maybe you could give them a quick rundown.
Yeah, so basically it was like a weekend game jam, and the idea of a game jam is you have a theme and then you try to make a finished game in like 1 or 2 days, which is kind of, it's a ludicrous idea. And so that's why I was like so intrigued with the idea of, oh, I'll just make a game where you're a hole in the ground. That'll take 5 seconds, no problem. And I'll just throw it away.
And now, how many years have you been working on this?
Oh my God. I started in 2013, beginning of 2013.
Wow.
So I finished that game jam and I was like, you know what? There's something to this. Like, there's a game in here. And then I spent a couple years figuring that out.
Now, I have to ask, is there something about holes that fascinate you, or?
Is this some metaphor, like you're missing something in your life?
There's a rich tapestry of metaphors in this game, and I mean, everyone has that like kind of fascination with this kind of like mysterious unknown force of like seeing, you know, kind of a well or just like a sinkhole. There's something kind of just captivating about like being like returning to the earth and kind of getting swallowed up that way. So like when I see the hole in the ground and I see it moving around, like from the beginning of working on it, I was like, there's something like kind of elemental and like human about, you know, being like engaging with this like massive growing mystery.
I especially like the matter daddy in this. It's pretty great.
What is that? What are you talking
The
about?
matter daddy.
The Matter Daddy?
Matter Daddy?
Yeah.
What's a Matter Daddy?
Nothing's the matter, Daddy. What's the matter with you? There's a reason why I did that, by the way.
I walked
Because of
into
the
it.
Updog.
The Updog trailer?
The Updog trailer.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So
I'm glad you fell for it, though. I would have looked
into
stupid
it.
if I was just sitting here forever waiting for you to say, "What's the matter, Daddy?"
I walked into it because in the trailer we have, okay, so the game is about these raccoons who are opening up the holes, and they're real mean. And so the original trailer is one of the raccoons asking if they've heard Updog before. And the entire like theme of the game is about raccoons being jerks, which is extremely true to life. So I feel like I don't need to explain that very much.
Now, the raccoons we were talking backstage. Tell me about the Trashopedia.
Oh, yeah, the Trashopedia is, okay, after each level, you see there's like, you know, a set amount of things you can collect in that level. After each one, you can, oh yeah, I think we'll see it on the screen. Okay,
Ooh.
So after each one, there's this thing called the Trashopedia, which is this app that raccoons can use to learn about what all the objects are in the game. And they're always extremely wrong about what everything is. And so the game is all about like, there's these characters who are getting sucked up by the hole and they're mad about it. And then there's the raccoons who are opening up the holes and they don't really care about anything.
I love this brand of humor. Like I was on last night, I was low-key stalking your Twitter account. It's hilarious. And to see that you brought this humor to this game as well is awesome.
I'm so glad to hear that.
It looks
I appreciate that.
funny. And I didn't think I'd ever be so enthralled by a game about a hole, but this looks like a lot of fun. And it's not just about sucking things into a hole. There are some puzzle aspects to this, right?
Right, yeah. So that was kind of the basic concept, was a hole that gets bigger, but I think the interesting thing about the game is that there's different things that can happen inside of the hole, like off screen. So depending on what you put in, you can combine like a fire and a piece of corn to make popcorn shoot out. Or you can fill the hole with water. In this level, you get a snake trapped in the hole.
Oh, there it goes.
And so you have to harass the ranger using the snake, which wiggles around. And so you have to like get all the chickens off their posts.
Wow, okay, so you're using the snake in order to grab that, get that chicken down. Otherwise, you can't pick up the chicken.
Exactly.
I love the snake threat level meter. That's great. So, all of the reacting characters in the game, they're all raccoons?
No, so
Okay.
the raccoons are basically the invaders of Donut County who have this app that lets them open up holes to steal people's trash.
Okay.
And
okay.
everyone-
Well, of course, they want trash. That's their food.
That's the only thing they care about.
Right.
And so in the game, all the people who live in Donut County are various like animal people.
Okay, okay.
And they each have their own kind of unique environment that you're traveling to.
You actually mentioned that, I mean, it doesn't need it, but you said that it's very story rich, and I didn't expect that from a game like this. Tell me about the story progression.
I
and that
didn't.
kind of stuff.
I didn't expect it either. But I think the thing I found when I started working on it pretty seriously was that the important part about the game isn't the hole itself. It's about what you put in the hole. And so what came out of that?
Don't. You're better than this, Twitch chat.
I'm
Don't
not
do it.
reading the chat.
Don't do
so
it.
You can say whatever you want.
I'm just kidding. Twitch chat is not better than anything. They're not above it.
That's totally fine. This game is all way underground, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the important thing is the objects and the places that you go and the things that you suck up. And so I really wanted the game to be kind of personal to all the people who live in this place, because the hole is just nothing. Like a hole isn't actually an object. The really important stuff is like, oh, this is people's lives and people's homes, and I wanted you to kind of see the consequences of it, but also not feel, I'm not trying to make you feel bad about doing this because it's supposed to be fun. And so it's about like the characters of the raccoons like coming to terms with the destruction that they've brought to Donut County.
I love the movement
Is
in
that-
this. It's just,
Look at that pug just hopping around.
it kind of reminds me of, did you play Everything?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I
The
love
movement
everything.
of the creatures, like they don't really like move their arms and legs. They just kind of like flop. Like in Everything, like the horses like just go cartwheeling.
I was
everywhere.
crazy about that. That was
Yeah.
so funny.
And I love this bird that drinks the water up. That is.
This drinking
That's
bird.
amazing. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, so that's when you're like draining the river.
So the last I had heard about the game, there were different areas in Donut County that are based on real places. Can you
yeah,
talk
yeah.
a little bit about the places that you've based some of these areas on?
Yeah, totally. So this game is really inspired by LA. So it kind of starts outside of LA. You go to Joshua Tree State Park. You like enter into like downtown LA in parts. There's like a Disneyland-ish level.
Oh, cool.
And so there's like a lot of landmarks, and then there's like you see the Griffith Observatory, and but they're all kind of this twisted like animal cartoon version of those places. And each thing you definitely destroy like without prejudice.
All right, I never thought I'd say this, but I'm excited to destroy Disneyland. That sounds amazing.
I know it's oof.
People are going to recognize these landmarks inside the game.
Yeah, exactly.
So cool. And then you get to suck them into the hole.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
Nothing weird about that.
Nothing at all. Now, are you the one and only dev on this, or?
Yes, I am.
You are?
It's been just me since 2013. I have had some help, like some help with some music and some help with a few art assets and models and stuff. But other than that, it's been just me working on it.
So this has just been like, you know, a side passion project for 5 years.
Yeah, as side as that could be. I've gotten to do other things, which I'm happy about. Like I got to do some design on Edith Finch with Giant Sparrow previously.
Oh yeah, dude,
which
I
was
played that.
Tonally really different, but I brought some of the same kind of like physics-y, playful aspects to this game. But yeah, it's just been me cranking away at it for years and years. So I'm excited to show it off to people.
Is that a human?
There's a single human,
oh, okay.
and she's the only rational person in the game. Everyone else is kind of gone nuts. So she's the voice of reason.
I see she got her Letterman jacket from Donut High.
I love those
I'm guessing she lettered in band? I don't know.
Actually, I'll make that canon. Yeah, that sounds right.
You heard it here, folks. It is now canon that, is it Mira?
Mira, yeah.
Mira lettered in band at Donut High School.
She played the flute and the piccolo.
Ooh,
yep.
She was
First
a real
chair.
oboe fan. Yeah.
Oboe fan. She always wanted to play the oboe, but her parents said no.
Too big. Too
They
big.
said no,
No oboe. Oh Lord.
Sorry. I'm sorry. You honestly, like, you bring so much like happiness and joy.
glad.
It's like I feel okay making dumb jokes because I feel like you probably laugh at them.
Oh, dude,
and I appreciate that.
I love it. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to make something that was just pure joy and something that wasn't really serious.
Now I know this game is still in development, but do you have an idea of maybe kind of when it will be released?
It's gonna be 2018 for sure. I'm hoping to have it really soon, but it depends on a couple of things. So
Ooh, yeah,
we'll see.
no, that's exciting. I can't wait to play it. It really does look like so much fun.
Yeah, this is the popcorn level. There's a lot of birds who are also jerks, who will steal your stuff. But I mean, you always get the upper hand, I guess.
This is awesome.
Eventually.
Are you